My name is Carol Wylie and I'm a portrait painter, and I have an exhibition at the Estevan Art Gallery right now that's called They Didn't Know We Were Seeds. And it's an exhibition of 18 portraits, 36 by 48 inch portraits of both Holocaust survivors and residential school survivors. The exhibition idea came about when I first went to the Holocaust Memorial Service in 2016. I go usually every year if I can. I'm Jewish, and it's one of the things that I feel I need to go and hear the stories that whichever person they have coming to speak talks about, because they're getting so elderly and I know that they're going to be gone fairly soon. So hearing those first-hand accounts is really important. And we know that we have Holocaust deniers now, even with these people speaking from their own experience. So I thought, what can I do to sort of help to keep these memories alive? And because I'm a portrait painter, it's all I have to offer. It's what I have to offer. So I decided I was going to do a series of portraits of Holocaust survivors. And then a series of things happened in my life that brought up the residential school experience. Probably one of the strongest was when I did Indigenous sensitivity training at work. I was told that Duncan Campbell Scott, who was one of the instigators of the residential school system, called it the final solution, which is exactly what Hitler called the concentration camps in regard to the Jewish problem. And so I was shocked by that. I couldn't believe, this is long before Hitler, that this expression was being used again, the final solution. So I started to see all of these little connections. And then I started thinking, well, we're just out of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission being published. And I thought, as a personal step towards reconciliation for myself, just a tiny little step, I could include residential school survivors in this project. And as I started to enter into it, I thought, I'm going to do 18 of them. In the Jewish religion, the number 18 connects to the word Chai, which means life. So I wanted to take something that was dark and troublesome and fraught, and at least bring it to some kind of light, some kind of sense of hope. So I traveled to Toronto and to Edmonton to interview Holocaust survivors and to photograph them. And then I didn't really know any residential school survivors until people started hearing about the project and they started to introduce me to people. And there was such a generosity in spirit that so many residential school survivors agreed to come and sit for me and be part of this project. And so I would interview people. They would sometimes tell me about their experience and sometimes not. I didn't want to re-traumatize anyone by asking them to talk about something they couldn't talk about. But many of the people that came are educators. They're used to talking about their experience because they do travel around and educate people about it. And so sometimes the words would be so poignant that in the paintings I would actually put some text that was some of what they had said because I was so moved by it. The paintings all start out of darkness, they're all black. And then the portrait image emerges from that, which is a metaphorical way of talking about how they have brought themselves out of a very dark history and a dark experience, and brought themselves to the light by doing something good with what they have experienced, surviving it, making sure that their children and grandchildren start to heal from the generational trauma, as well as educating the general public about what the experience has been, so that we hopefully build some compassion over time. So I'm very grateful to the Art Gallery of Estevan for showing this work as it sort of moves around the province. I hope people go out and see it. I've had a very good response from people who have seen it so far, that they're quite moved by the exhibition. And touching people is a big part of what this exhibition is about. So thank you to everyone who goes out to see it. And if anyone is interested, has questions, they can go to my website, www.carolwylie.ca, and you can email me through my website, and you can also see samples of the other kinds of projects that I've done.